Hello, and welcome to what I hope is going to be the first ever episode of Pirate Radio Presents An Empty Half an Hour. I am Pirate Radio, aka Seth Spain, and this is Callum.
Hi. I'm Callum, aka Callum.
Nice. Yeah, so Callum's a good mate of mine. We're here going to record this first episode. So, to explain the basic format of the show, there's an accompanying playlist over on Spotify by a user called Pirate Radio. Go and follow that. At certain points, Callum and I are going to take a break. We're going to listen to a piece of music. We're going to talk maybe a little bit about it, say a couple of sentences. You guys are welcome to pause there, hop on over to the playlist and play the song that we're going to listen to when we do. At the same time, you guys don't have to. If you want to just listen to the podcast as a whole, we're going to try and make that feel pretty seamless. So, and if you at any point, want to just listen to the playlist on its own, you're welcome to do that. So, without much more to say, I think I'm going to introduce the first ever piece of music, which is Air with Kelly Watch the Stars from their album Moon Safari. Enjoy. Feel free to go and listen to Kelly Watch the Stars by Air on Spotify, YouTube, or however you like. If not, hold tight and the show will get going in a moment. We have now tried to record this three times and have switched software. So poor Callum, who has questions to answer, just pretend he's answering them anew for the fourth time. Okay, Air, turns out are a really well-known band that I'm sure a lot of you know. But I had not heard of them until I recently was bored in town and was in a record store and flicking through the dance vinyl and saw the album cover for Moon Safari, which looks really cool if you've not seen it. So, like the millennial I am, went home, listened to the album on Spotify, and it's real sick. And Callum, you know it from a playlist.
Yes, Follow in Miami. Amazing game, amazing soundtrack. Spotify playlist with the OST, plus a few artists that are similar to the vibe of the music of the game. It's a collection of nice, mellow, chill tracks, and some more hypey ones. And Air was one of the artists featured in the more mellow section. Really good track.
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of like chill dance, was what we said.
Yeah, chill dance.
Chill dance for a nice sunny afternoon like it is right now. Or in a club, but like nice now as well. So we're going to get onto the actual section.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like I know Callum so well now.
So well.
We're going to play 20 questions to get to know Callum. Because I've heard these answers 3 times, but you guys do not know Callum at all.
Nope.
So we're going to try again. I'm so sorry, Callum. Let's go.
Fine.
What's your name?
Callum James Ewings.
Oh, he's got middle name in for the first time. Took him 4 goes. What's your vocation?
Business
development associate. He's had 3 goes and done it every time. Wonderful. Where's home?
Woodbridge, current.
Who is your family?
My sister, my dad, my mum, my dog.
He's changing the order every time. I love this. Dog often beats dad. Right, what's your ideal Sunday?
Sleeping.
Very nice. Pipe dream?
Chelsea goalkeeper.
Fuck Chelsea. What's your guilty pleasure?
It's teen dramas.
Still can't go for that answer. Cats or rats?
Cats.
Chewing or bubble?
Chewing.
What's your favourite TV show?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood at the moment.
How many alarms do you need in the morning?
Just 4.
Because he's magic. If there were a zombie apocalypse, what are steps 1, 2, 3, and 6? Oh, God. Okay. I've changed the last one this time.
1. Go to a military base. Get supplies.
Yep, fuck your family.
My family are safe. Okay, they're isolated. 2. Collect family, friends, people closest to me. 3. Get in shape, because I'm not. And then step 6. Step 6 would probably be setting up a self-sufficient garden.
Oh, okay, I like that. Food's nice and high up. Yeah. I respect that. What's the sound of one hand clapping? Very good. Favourite D&D class?
Warlock.
Describe your 3rd favourite vegetable.
Orange.
Okay.
That literally limits it to 1.
Yep. Okay, I think I know what that might be. Wait, hang on, you said the name.
I didn't say the name. I said it limits it to 1.
But you described it, and in so doing, said the name of it.
Oh, that's a fruit. Orange is a fruit.
Oh, so it's not an orange?
It's not an orange.
Oh.
It's a vegetable.
What orange vegetables are that? Oh, yeah. Okay, that was really obvious. My bad. What's the word?
A bird.
Very nice. At your perfect dinner party, which 3 meals would you serve?
Sorted sushi. The starter. The second course, ramen of my guest choosing. You can vote on their RSVP. And for dessert, a New York baked cheesecake.
In that case, yes, I will be attending. If x squared is 1, what's x?
Plus or minus 1.
Yeah. Repeat after me.
After me.
Very nice. Finally, will you, won't you? Will you, won't you? Will you join the dance?
Heck yeah.
In that case, let's play another piece of music and have a little dance. If you guys want to pause now, you're more than welcome to listen to the Steve Miller Band. I can't say that without really nearly saying Steve Miller Band, which now that I've said to Callum, he won't not be. And now you guys won't not be able to imagine the third brother. Part 3 of the horror film that is the Miller Band. Anyway, all my American friends aren't getting this at all. Right, so this is the Steve Miller Band with Abracadabra. If you want to listen to Abracadabra by the Steve Miller Band, go for it. If not, hold on tight, we'll be back in a moment. Callum and I were just lying on the trampoline in my garden, just staring. We've got this literally cloudless blue sky.
The bluest of skies.
And we're just watching two, probably birds of prey, super high up.
Super high up, riding air currents, and doing what looked to be like a mating dance.
Yeah, it's incredible. They're like looping around each other.
Aerial acrobatics.
Incredible. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was
nature is amazing. Anyway, we've got an album to talk about.
Yes.
So we've got a little album of the week. I'm going to call this section shower music, because the way I'm going to get to know each album really well is I'm going to listen to it in the shower. This, I thought, was a real good shower album.
Yes, it was.
It was. Well, Callum.
Well, yeah. So it's very.
I don't think I've said who it was. It was Shura, by the way, with Forevher.
Sorry, yeah.
But yeah, Callum, tell us.
So I really enjoyed it. It's music that I would very happily actually listen to in my spare time.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I wouldn't say necessarily slow, but it's, again, it's a mellow paced.
Yeah.
Sort of
kind of down tempo.
Yeah. Something that you can really listen to at the book, when you're in the bar.
Yep.
I'd say of the new music that I have been exposed to recently, it certainly rates up there. Highly.
I'm very glad. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I was listening to. I heard the first single from it, "Religion." You Can Lay Your Hands on Me. A while ago, it was on a playlist I follow, and I thought it was real cool. And then I just caught the album. In fact, actually, Spotify told me when the album came out, and so it was in the last few days. And yeah, just it's that kind of down tempo mellow, and it's clearly. It's not. I wouldn't call it a love album. I would call it an album about love. I know that sounds like the same thing, but love is being explored as opposed to it being kind of a love song to someone or whatever. It's more like exploring what love means in a lot of different ways. And I was reading an interesting article in the Guardian newspaper. It was kind of an interview with her, and she was talking about how she's huge hit with her first album, the name of which completely escapes me. But anyway, check it out. It's very good as well. The success of that first album was unexpected, and she had a huge success, but among other things, she broke up with her then partner because of it, and has now found a new partner. She's got a girlfriend now, but they hadn't met for something like 3 months. It was on Tinder. She's in America, and Shura's in England. She's a British musician, and that's from London, I think. Yeah, she flew over to meet this girl in New York, because that was where they were. That for a first date, that's pretty mental. But that kind of long distance relationship comes up in a lot of those tracks. And I found it, really, when you get down to the core of it, a very beautiful album as well. And like you say, equally good, as just in whatever you're doing. Yeah. It can be a background, or you can really sit down and do what you want with it. Yeah. So I would highly recommend.
As would I.
Shura, both her first and second albums. It's Shura, and the album is called Forevher, Forevher. And another interesting subject that's explored is mortality. And there's a really beautiful track. I agonised over a couple of different tracks to put in this to suggest you guys listen to, and one of them was Tommy, which I actually heard today in the shower. I really noticed it. And it's got a really interesting audio clip at the beginning of a man, someone she actually met in Texas. I don't know if the recording is actually him. It might be. His wife had died, and he rang up his high school sweetheart. He had a dream about his wife saying that it was okay to love again. And, that concept of what you do when the person you love isn't there anymore. Kind of sad, but kind of exploring love in a different way. And I thought that was a really lovely track, so I've only put that one in. That would definitely be a highlight of mine from the album. But we have got a track coming up next for you guys. If you want to listen to it, you're welcome to. It's not Tommy. I decided to put in this morning at the last moment, Princess Leia from Shura's Forevher. So yeah, we're going to listen to that now, and we'll talk to you in a minute, my friends. Why not take a minute and listen to Princess Leia by Shura? And if you don't fancy it, no worries, we'll be back in a sec. Okay, we are now going to approach a section that I have tentatively termed, for want of anything better to call it, big topics, little time. I'm going to try and keep this to a 5-minute section, and we are going to talk about something kind of relevant to the world at the moment. Not necessarily big ticket news, but kind of whatever happens to be on our minds. And Callum and I, being both big soccer football fans.
I don't like that you put soccer first.
Yeah, well, I was going to. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
There was a thought train, and I realised I didn't like it either, but I'd already said it. Yeah, to all the football fans out there, we're going to talk about the Prem for 5 minutes. So let's delay for another 9 seconds, and I've got a nice, easy number to count up from.
Nice.
Yeah, Callum, what are your thoughts on the Premier League? Go.
Well, currently it's interesting. Liverpool off to a bit of a tear in the
Yep.
3 wins from 3 games.
Yeah, as a big Arsenal fan we got a bit bruised, I think was the word that Phil McNulty used in his article.
Liverpool, I feel it's interesting. Defensively, definitely not the powerhouse that they were last season.
No, not at all. And we saw that last week as well.
Yeah, we saw it last week and the first week.
Yep.
They conceded to Norwich.
Yep.
To be fair to Norwich, in any case, their attacking football is potent.
Mm-hmm.
3 against Newcastle, 1 against Liverpool, and 2 against Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. They've surprised me. I question how long they'll be able to keep it up.
Yes,
but for now, they have really genuinely surprised me. I really didn't think they were going to do.
I am a big admirer of their manager in the fact that he is uncompromising in his.
Remind me who's in charge.
I don't know his name. He's German.
Okay.
Long, sort of sandy blonde hair. But his philosophy is to play beautiful attacking football no matter the opposition.
Right.
So he won't set up 5 at the back, then a 4 and then 1 and park the bus. He will always try and be as attacking as possible without being too open at the back. And I think a lot of teams are going to be very surprised going up against them, just how potent they are.
Do you think it's going to work though? Because yes, they scored 2 goals against Chelsea, but they also conceded 3 and therefore lost the match.
3,
is an expansive open play style going to work long term
against the big 6? No. Against the other teams in the more mid-table teams, I reckon they'll have a lot of success as they did against Newcastle.
Are there any other surprises you see coming out this season?
Surprises, yes. I feel like despite their rocky start, Arsenal will stabilise.
Yep. It hurts me that you've called that a surprise, but I accept why you have.
Yep. I feel like, in particular, the signing of Nicola Pepe gives Emery a really good chance to have an insanely talented front 3 with him, Lacazette and Pepe.
Although, interestingly, didn't play it against Liverpool.
For reasons that I can understand, but also I feel like it was a setup that they clearly haven't put a lot of time into.
It's interesting because I kind of wanted to feel that way. I wanted to give Emery a reason towards the end of last season when we had that terrible collapse and, the Brighton game in particular. I remember us scraping over the line against Watford. Yep. I think we lost to Palace in that run. And it cost us, a Champions League place.
It did.
I wanted to give him a reason. I wanted to say, well, he just didn't understand what the Prem is like. And, a team like Norwich can surprise you, or whoever can surprise you on any day. He's come from Spain or wherever, and it's different there. With France, PSG, he was, there was no one that could challenge them, really. And I want to give him that excuse. And I want to give him this excuse this time and say that he's, the players are still adapting or whatever. And don't get me wrong, I really like him and I think that he should stay for a while, but it does frustrate me, his kind of inability to...
He's a stubborn...
He's a bit like Wenger in some ways. He's got some real good qualities of Wenger. He's got some real not so good qualities of Wenger.
I would say he's the more moderate Sari.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like they're very similar in their mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
But where Sari was completely uncompromising in his views, I feel like there is some movement.
I think there's a lot of movement. I think that's almost actually one of his flaws is he's sometimes too movement. Yeah, he's stubborn, but in that he wants to change.
Okay. Yeah,
he doesn't want to necessarily do what everyone expects.
Sure.
Just because everyone expects it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what he's too stubborn about.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that.
We've got 30 seconds. Anything else you want to talk about in the Prem?
Very interesting stat for you.
Okay.
Man United have won 3 in their last 15 games.
Really? Do we think Solskjaer is maybe for the chop soon?
Yeah.
You do?
Honestly.
First manager to go?
Yes, actually.
Interesting.
Yes.
That is a big statement.
I don't think Lampard will go.
Okay.
Because the board support him, and apart from a very vital minority, fans do support him.
Interesting. 5 seconds.
Yeah, I reckon Solskjaer.
Who's going to win?
Who's going to win? Liverpool.
Bang on 5 minutes there. That was beautiful. Yeah. Now that we've bored most of you to near death, I expect most of you just skip this part.
Yeah.
We're going to listen to some more music, and I've forgotten what it is this time. So we're going to be surprised. Oh, I know who it is. It's Metronomy. So I discovered Metronomy recently. They've got a couple of singles that have been dripping out. I think maybe 3 now. And they are going to be releasing a new album very soon, I would expect. So this album, I think, is going to be really good. But here is, I think, to date, their most recent single. It's Lately. So if you guys want to check that out, you are more than welcome to. We're going to listen to Lately by Metronomy. Why not join us? Or just hang around for the rest of the show. So we've just listened to Lately by Metronomy. Callum, any comments you wanted to make on that?
Very nice synth. Very floaty.
Yeah. I feel it's kind of dreamlike. Like I can see myself bouncing off things.
Definitely. Pinball-y, I would say that is a good descriptor. Okay,
well, we're going to move on to a new section, obviously, this being the first episode.
Yeah.
And it is called, the best thing I could come up with for this, terrible name, The Guest versus the Best. And I'm going to try and come up with games that are good for radio. This is going to be a challenge. Our first one is kind of a Twitter game. I don't use Twitter. I don't have Twitter. But what we've done is we're going to take turns to search a hashtag on Twitter, and we're going to read the top 5 tweets one at a time. We're going to do the first 3, and then the 4th, and then the 5th. After the first 3, the other person is going to try and guess what the hashtag is, and after the 4th and after the 5th. And we're going to play best of 3 on this. I've got the high-tech scoring system for this, like unnecessarily complicated scoring.
Piece of cardboard.
The simple equipment is cardboard and pen for this really unnecessarily complicated scoring system.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Shall I go first?
Okay. Give me a blank instead of the hashtag.
Yep.
Give me the first 3, and don't say who they're by either.
Set up Spider-Man and the next face of the MCU, and rip him out right after.
Wait,
blank.
Okay.
Make the suit green and animated.
Right.
Have them battle the Brexit beast and save Britain. Blank.
There's Avengers.
No.
No. Okay, read me the 4th.
Having Joss Whedon as the director.
What's Joss Whedon directing next? I don't know. Spider-Man. It's not hashtag Spider-Man, is it? Alright, give me the 5th one.
Blank. Overlook the perfect choice for Superman.
Superman's not MCU. I have no idea. Hashtag MCU.
No. Hashtag ruin a superhero movie.
Wow, that was tough. By the way, easier than this. We did wow. Oh boy, you are going to laugh when you hear this. Okay, well that is 0 on my first.
I'm so sorry.
0 there. Okay, Callum.
I found it really difficult,
Okay, Callum. Oh boy. First one. Blank's What If series will explore all 23 MCU movies. The second one. Rocket Raccoon. New to character. OC's welcome. These are all bullet points.
Yeah.
Crack tweets. No smarter ships. Crossovers welcome. Hashtag blank. Hashtag Queen Mama Carol, retweet. And then the third one, everything you need to know about Kit Harington's new hashtag blank roll.
Kevin Feige?
No. Okay, 4. Well, that's not going to help. This panel reminds me of a blank thread.
MCU.
Oh, so close. Okay, 5th one. What? Okay, this isn't going to help either. The Lovers of Spring Killing, Greek mythology version of Carnage, where Cletus is a satyr that plays deadly lullabies and melodies, and Red is a nymph that he goes after that loves him despite being a satyr. Note Red in this AU alternate universe is a female.
Is it Marvel?
Yes! He got it from that! Okay, well that's the last guess from Callum, but he got it.
Yeah.
Alright, what's your second tweet?
This is actually fairly easy.
Okay.
Nothing happens by accident, with a YouTube link then, hashtag. All the 9-year-old watching blank hit 100 million.
Okay.
Me and the boys waiting for blank to tell Sven and his family that he reached 100 mil subscribers.
Who reached 100 million subscribers? PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Yes, first time.
PewDiePie.
All right. Well, that puts me ahead of Callum, but he's got one in hand.
Yeah.
Okay, here's my second one. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. First tweet is, well, eat up, little one. And then a butterfly emoji.
What?
And then, all right, I'll read the other hashtags as well. Hashtag, no, I'm not. Don't give it away. Second one. Breakfast this morning is a pisale d'hier, I definitely said that wrong, which is topped with roasted aubergine, spinach, yellow squash, caramelized onions, mozzarella and feta. Happy Friday. And then the third one, hashtag a different thing isn't over yet. Which hashtag a different thing flavour is your favourite?
Crisps?
Oh, he's in the right lines. Ish. Okay, fourth one. Dairy farm blaze kills hundreds of cows in Canada. And then a quote, I go to open my door and I heard cows just screaming. And then end quote, imagine the horrible suffering and agonizing death these innocent gentle beings endured because of your hashtag a different thing.
Cheese?
Yes! Okay, he smashed it.
Okay.
All right.
I can see it. Okay,
That's a
The
one
cows
there
gave
as
it
well.
away.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
the cows gave it away.
All right, what's your third one?
Okay. 3 goals down, and that genius is bringing on Herrera for as a creative player. What the fuck has happened to Arsenal? This is pathetic management. It's clear Emery doesn't know what he's doing. Pathetic first half. It's give it to Pepe and hope. Emery should be sacked before we start the fucking second half.
Oh, that was savage. Well, I feel like it's one of the things you said. Hashtag Arsenal?
No.
Okay.
Okay. No, the fourth one
Yep.
is Unai Emery is the problem of hashtag Arsenal. No consistent 11. No philosophy, no confidence. Bloody coward. Benching our best. His poor lineups was the reason we didn't make top 4 last season, and the reason we still won't make it this season. Keeping our best on the bench.
Unai Emery.
No. It's close. Very close. Very, very close.
All right, what's the fifth one?
I watched Lacazette hold off 2 man in the opposition's box and score front post last week, and he's sitting on the bench.
Is it Emery out?
It is.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, Emery out already.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. This makes me so sad.
It was trending yesterday.
Give him time.
Yeah, well.
All right, my last one is loading right now. Okay, the first tweet on top is, so Man U fans, are you here? And then lots of laughing emojis. And then the second one is, nothing to see here, just a rare pic of all world-class players at United. And then a picture of some beans. And then the third one is week 3, and then a series of emojis, like a training fist and some hammers.
Okay. Because West Ham won, I'm assuming.
Oh, so what do you think it is?
It isn't... Hashtag Rashford?
No.
Oh,
Okay. That's an advert.
That's an advert.
I'm just going to read an advert
Yeah,
out on
do
my
it.
show. Okay. Back to hashtag Anfield to face the Gunners. The cog in our system. Hashtag Bobby Firmino to fire again. My favourite footballer to watch plays with joy.
Hashtag Premier League.
Yes, and he's got it on the second there. Oh, I think that makes us tied.
Does it actually?
Yeah, if you give them 1 point for fifth,
Yep.
2 points for fourth, and 3 points for third, I think we're tied on 4.
That's okay. I can take that.
All right, well, we'll shake hands on that.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
I think I got that scoring right. Who knows? we're gonna call that a tie now officially. I don't know if one of us has been cheated, but we will call that a tie.
Yeah, no.
So, congratulations. Points are shared.
Thank you.
We're going to use a football Premier scoring system because why not? We've been discussing it. So that's 1 point apiece.
Yeah, 1 point apiece.
It's going to be 3 for a win, nothing for a loss. All right. Well, if you want to pause now, you're welcome to listen to a little bit more music. If you're not, we'll speak to you in just a moment. I have no idea what's playing next, but it'll be funky. Always, as Adam and the Ants. Enjoy.
Nice.
If you have a minute, why not listen to Ant Music by Adam and the Ants? If you don't, we'll be back in a moment. Cool. We just listened to Ant Music by Adam and the Ants. Do you know the number of people that don't know Adam and the Ants? Makes me sad.
That does
Wonderful.
Make me sad.
What a wonderful group the New Romantics were. Anyway,
Yes.
yeah, Callum, we're gonna talk about something you want to talk about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. What do you want to talk about, my friend?
So I chose when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, what could I possibly say that interests a number of people and wasn't completely niche? And I thought something that I've been fascinated with as long as I've been alive is the supernatural, the paranormal, things that go bump in the night. I like to think I'm quite a logical person. My emotions tend to rule me more than I do them, to be fair. But I like to think that I think about the world very scientifically.
Okay.
Everything has an explanation. But there is part of me that really loves the idea of things that can't be explained. That there is something more out there behind the shadows.
Do you think what do you think the reason that you like it is?
Partly escapism. I'm a big escapist. I love losing myself in different worlds, different scenarios. Partly from a slightly romantic, I guess, point of view. Not like I'm not talking Twilight, sparkly vampires. I'm just the idea of some deeper meaning, some deeper magic to the world.
Yeah.
I quite like, and also a want for power. If I am a big, if someone offered me power, instant power, with the caveat of, oh, you now have to suck blood,
right?
I'd buy into that. Honestly, I would.
So you're kind of hoping, actually, that one day
I get bitten by a vampire.
Someone's going to be like, "Hey, this is going to sound weird. And you're not going to believe it.
I'm actually a vampire.
I'm actually a vampire.
Yeah.
You just haven't known it.
Yeah. So I think it's a combination of.
Well, Callum, this has all been an elaborate setup, and actually,
don't tease me like that.
I am
a vampire.
I am a vampire. So
damn.
No,
what
but
I
anyway.
needed to do. But yeah, so that's I would say the reason why I'm into it. But I love just reading all this lore. I love I love both the really hardcore, faithful to the lore stuff, but I also like the
when you say faithful to the lore.
So say we're talking about Lovecraft. I love reading cool Lovecraftian.
Okay.
I have a copy of the Necronomicon.
Yep.
And that is amazing. I cannot recommend H.P. Lovecraft enough. But I also do like the more dramatized, easily disseminated stuff like the Supernatural series. I know it's not necessarily great television, but it brought the Supernatural to a very wide audience and made it popular. So I will always be thankful to Supernatural for that. But yeah, I just genuinely enjoy reading about the unknown and there's just something about it that really grabs me, really pulls me in. And as I said earlier, I'm not a massive horror fan, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the thought behind it. Yeah.
What would you say are your? Give me a couple of your favourite kind of creatures or supernatural phenomenon.
So Lovecraft, Cthulhu. The Cthulhu mythos is amazing. So the idea behind Cthulhu, if for those of you who don't know, is he is an elder god, an old god who has slept beneath the waves of Earth's oceans for millennium, and when you dream, you touch Cthulhu's consciousness, and so those more attuned to him, those slightly more on the edge of madness, he'll reach out to them, give them dreams of power and of death, and bend them to his will, slowly driving them more insane, but also serving the purpose of waking him up from his sleep. And once someone truly embraces the madness, they get a certain degree of power, but deformities also. So like tentacles for arms and squid lips. And then they sort of begin to form a cult of similar people who have also snapped, and they perform human sacrifices, etc., to rake up Cthulhu. And that's one of my favourites from Lovecraft is Cthulhu.
And if Cthulhu offered you power?
I am already quite crazy, so I would probably say yes.
Excellent.
If I'm honest.
Okay, Cthulhu, if you're out there, if you're listening.
Callum is interested.
Callum's very interested. Okay, and another one?
Vampires.
Okay.
Lots of conflicting lore.
Yep.
But also, I love this about humans. I love it. There is always correlation between cultures.
Right.
So, for instance, in a lot of cultures, Gaia is Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And that's spread across time, geography, spread out. But there's correlation. And the same can be said with vampires. So in Japan, they have a version of vampiric lore, which I think is more of a vengeful spirit in this case, but it is, again, fangs.
Where did you say that was?
Sucks blood. Japan. The Vikings had a version of vampires.
Oh, really?
The Greeks had a version of vampires with one cloven hoof and one bronze leg. But correlation nonetheless, which always makes me think, in those cases, when there's correlation, it suggests that there is some truth behind the myth. Yeah. And, that sounds very conspiracy theory, whatever. But to be that separated by geography,
so
time...
what do you think a vampire was? Where does the truth lie?
I feel like, certainly with a lot of the cultures who come up with these laws, they live in very harsh environments. So the Vikings... ice wastelands, for the Aztecs, humid, harsh jungles. I think a lot of the lore might drill down to seeing a snake or something like that, but being also affected by heat, either deprivation or overload, and some hallucinatory effects occur, perhaps. But part of me wants to believe that they were actually what they said they were, and that over time,
which
is a vampire.
Sure. Man afflicted by a curse that drinks blood.
Yes.
Okay.
And as time goes on, and people don't really see them anymore, I like to think that they were only able to be as seen and prolific when humans didn't have all these various measures of monitoring their environment. So they got smarter, they went underground, only took the people that they know wouldn't be missed. So that's the kind of the dreamer in me can see that. But I also think that it's entirely possible that these stories were just told to scare the children or to scare others not to go somewhere. But the fact that there's correlation and such similarities between the stories always gives me pause to how reliable a theory that is.
That makes sense. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the supernatural?
Well, if we're talking about like the third phenomenon or supernatural occurrence that I enjoy, I find areas like the Bermuda Triangle very fascinating because these are things that still exist today.
Yep.
No one knows why the Bermuda Triangle behaves the way it does. It still scrambles radar, still does all these really unexplainable phenomena, and over the years, countless vessels, airplanes have all disappeared in that area. And science has attributed it to many different things, changeable weather patterns, magnetic interference, but it doesn't explain the quantity of vessels that go missing. So yeah, that would be my third.
So we've got Cthulhu vampires and the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah. Well, I feel thoroughly educated. I do. That was really, really interesting.
Cool.
And I believe now you have a piece of music you'd like to play for us.
So I used to watch a lot of epic rap battles history. Still do. One of my favourites is Lord Byron versus Stephen King.
Of course.
The rapper that plays both Lord Byron and William Shakespeare is George Watsky.
Right.
And I discovered him through Epic Rap Battles history, and I love his stuff. And the track that I'm recommending for this week is "Whoa, Whoa, Whoa" by Watsky.
I was lucky enough to see Watsky actually when I was in America in the last few months, and it was a real good gig. Good. A big fan of Watsky as well, so I'm looking forward to listening to this. It'll be the first time in a while. We'll see you on the other side. The next track on the playlist is the guest choice, Whoa, Whoa, Whoa by Watsky. We'll get back to the show in just a moment. Okay, really there's just a couple more wrapping up things to do, I think. We'll play there's a couple more tracks on the playlist that you're welcome to listen to. But before you do any of that, it's time to heed our advice. Where are you going to give you a recommendation? Just something to do this week. Callum, would you like to start?
Yes, so as the previous section attests, I am a massive Supernatural and H.P. Lovecraft fan.
Yep.
So, my recommendation to people who haven't is to pick up something of H.P. Lovecraft's, whether it be his entire collected works in the Necronomicon or just finding one of his stories online, because I'm pretty sure they're all available. I would recommend reading some H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
He is the man who inspired many of today's horror writers, including Stephen King. So if you can, H.P. Lovecraft.
I'm going to go see if we have some inside immediately after this. Time for you to heed my advice. It's going to be a little bit more vague, but just go outside and just enjoy being outside for a little bit at some point this week.
Solid advice.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Life is good.
Life is good. With a book, perhaps with H.P. Lovecraft. If weather permits, it doesn't always.
That is very true.
But go outside regardless of what the weather is like. Just enjoy it, even if it's just for a moment. Now there's another track that Callum and I are going to listen to, and you're welcome to listen with us. So this is a track I've been wanting to share with people and haven't been able to in some ways because I was on a radio show and we couldn't play explicit things. And now I can because I'm just recommending you go and listen to some tracks. I'm not even playing them because that would have copyright issues. So yeah, I can actually play this and I can swear. I can say shit. It's nice. So this is Kid Cudi with somebody else, and the track is Rose Golden. We'll be back in just a sec, but feel free to join us in listening to Rose Golden by Kid Cudi and Willow. Willow was, of course, the other artist on that track. It was really cool. She's the daughter of Will Smith, but very, very talented in her own right. So maybe more so than her father, musically. So, she's very good. So check her out as well.
Really solid track.
I've been wanting to play it for a while. Shout out to my mate John, who introduced me to it in his car. First of many tracks I was introduced to in John's car that I fell in love with. You will hear them all in time. Yeah. Just really time for a couple of parting shots, and well, we shall say goodbye. Callum, would you like to tell us?
Yeah, so it's a bit cliche, bit cheesy, but the old adage of treating others as you yourself would like to be treated is my parting shot.
Okay.
I feel like in today's climate, more of that kind of thinking would do everyone a lot of good.
Okay. A lot of respect to that. Mine is Jim Carrey isn't a very good actor. Damn.
I mean, it's not wrong.
I mean, but both things are very, very important things to think about.
It is.
They're just in different paths.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, there you go.
Jim Carrey is indeed.
Jim Carrey isn't a great actor. That's my parting shot. I wish I had something more for you guys.
And on that bombshell.
No, that's definitely copyrighted.
That is indeed
copyrighted. Google it, kids. Those are your parting shots, and we're going to listen to one more piece of music, and then I'll talk to you when I talk to you. So thank you very much to Callum.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
very
been
much
wicked.
For having me.
There's a word that hasn't been used since the late noughties.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked. Mate.
Let's bring it back. All right. It's been wicked. Sick one, fam.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been wicked. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No.
Let's listen to a little bit more music.
Ciao, ciao.
This is Loyal Kana, by the way, who's a great artist. So check him out. Enjoy. Bye bye. The final track on the playlist is Loyal Kana with Mean It in the Morning. Otherwise, that's the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.